An emotional scene at Israel's Ben Gurion airport as Germa Desi embraces his mother for the first time in 7 years. His mother arrived after finally receiving permission to immigrate to Israel from Ethiopia.
I immigrated 7 years ago and I was alone, but now, finally, thank God, I am not alone anymore. Here my mother is coming and it's very emotional for me.
Desi says all of the Jews still in Ethiopia should be allowed to come to Israel.
It's not just me. There are a lot of families where some moved to Israel and some stayed behind. We don't know why. In many cases, one brother comes to Israel and the other has to wait 15 or 20 years. We ask why, and the government says, wait.
Many Ethiopian Jewish families are still split, some here and some still waiting to come. Yaya Worko came to Israel by himself 15 years ago, followed 2 years later by his mother. They prepare Ethiopian food in the immigrant housing center near Jerusalem where they've lived since their arrival.
9 months after I moved to Israel, my daughter died. I feel like I abandoned her because they didn't let us come together. One of my daughters has been waiting 22 years to come to Israel. Why are they doing this? Maybe it's racism. I really don't know.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's government dismisses these accusations, saying Ethiopians are treated as equal citizens. The government claims there is simply not enough money in the budget to provide the services the new immigrants need. This claim is rejected by the Ethiopian-Israeli community of 140,000, which is getting increasingly angry at the government's policy, says pro-Ethiopian activist Elisa Bodner.
The government in 2015 made a unanimous decision to bring the remaining Jews of Ethiopia to Israel, and until now has not fully implemented this decision. And today, the family members have decided that it is enough, that their lives are worth just as much as any other lives here in Israel.
Besides family reunification, Ethiopians have staged demonstrations against police brutality, which they believe they suffer from disproportionately. Overall, they complain they are treated as second-class citizens in Israel, says Shlomit Bukaya of the Association of Ethiopian Jews.
I
think most of the Ethiopian community feels we don't get equal rights, even though we have equal responsibilities. We pay taxes, we serve in the army, but when it comes to rights, we face a lot of problems.
Despite the problems, Ethiopian Jews are still clamoring to come to Israel and be reunited with their loved ones. Linda Gradstein for VOA News, Jerusalem.